So, hello and welcome to Sessions with Judith John. On the screen, you can see the WhatsApp number on which you can contact me and also the email ID on which you can contact me for any kind of queries. So, in today's session, we are going to see the lesson The Enemy from Vista's Class 12 textbook. Before we go into the text, we'll see a little about the author. The author of the story The Enemy is Pearl S. Buck. You can see a lot more about her if you can Google. But here I would like to state what is relevant for our lesson. That she is not only an author, a humanitarian. And that's what she brings out here in this story. She is a missionary born to missionary parents who are working for a long time in China. In her writings, you will see this reflected. So all details about the Chinese way of life, their beliefs, their lifestyle is explained with a lot of nuances which you and I may not know about China and the Chinese. So let's go ahead to see about the lesson. If we look at the lesson, the enemy, the very name, the enemy, it provokes a lot of ill feelings. Enemy. Enemy comes from hatred, something that human beings should not be having at all. So the theme here is what? Why is it termed the enemy? Humanity is the most sacred value to be practiced at all times. We all have to remember the greatest lesson for life. However difficult a situation one may be in. That's what is the whole theme here. Then why is it titled the enemy? There are moments in life when we have to make hard choices between our roles as private individuals and as citizens with a sense of national loyalty. Aren't we also sometimes thinking about these things? The title, The Enemy, subtly questions who can be one's enemy? And the answer is vividly made visible that no one is your enemy. That we are all brothers and sisters, that we all belong to one human race. The backdrop of the story comes with the World War. Now, I think in history, all of us have studied enough of what the World War has brought about. An American prisoner of war is washed ashore in a dying state and is found at the doorstep of a famous Japanese doctor here in the story. What do you think he will do? Because we all know what Japan and America's relationship is like, and especially what the World War had done to both the countries. Here, Japan having been badly hurt by what US had done. Value and message, a very strong value and message that comes out. War brings hatred. So we are taught this country is your enemy when there is a war. As such, individually, you and I, or any two human beings, can we be enemies? Creating tight situations that makes decision making very difficult, disrupting even common man's life. But the essence of life is overcoming all these impediments and rising above narrow prejudices to prove yourself as a good human being, always placing humanity first. That's what the lesson teaches. Now, how this lesson is going to teach us this great lesson for life is what we are going to see. Before we go there, let's have a look at the main characters in the story, the enemy. Dr. Sadao Hockey is the protagonist of the story. He's portrayed as a famous surgeon and scientist, leading scientist of Japan, and is very passionate about his work. And then we have his wife, Hannah, a very kind-hearted, sympathetic person, a very dutiful wife, and who maintains her dignity even in difficult situations. And then they have these two little children. The children are just mentioned in the story. The younger one, the baby boy, being just 3 months old, the other must be just a toddler. So they are not playing an active role in the story. They're there to show that Sadao Hockey's family has himself, his wife, and his two little children. From there, we go on to the next and our central character in the story, because of whom the whole thing happens, the whole story takes place, the prisoner of war. POW stands for prisoner of war, Tom. Tom is an American prisoner of war. Okay. Now he has confidence that he is in safe hands when he reaches Sadao Hockey's home. But Sadao Hockey himself is a Japanese, and Tom is an American prisoner of war. What happens is what we are going to see in the story. And then we have a little bit like a villain, General Takima. He's not a very good person because he beats his wife cruelly. That's mentioned in the story. But he is hailed as a great man by the country because he fought a victorious battle at Manchuria. And he is self-absorbed owing to his health issues. He may be a great general, he may be a great army person, he may have saved his country in several difficult situations, fought wars, but he has certain health issues for which he needs Dr. Sadao Hockey's help because he is the one attending to his health issues. And then in this, Sadao Hockey's household, we have the servants who play quite an active role in the story. Yumi, who is the baby's caretaker, then the cook and the gardener. Now these are the main characters which we have to keep in mind. So Dr. Sadao Hockey, his wife Hannah, and their two little children. Their servants, Yumi, the baby's caretaker, the cook and the gardener. The central character here is the prisoner of war, Tom, an American, in a Japanese household, and then General Takima, who is a Japanese army general. Keeping this in mind, we'll go on a little more. Sadao himself has spent around 8 years in America for his higher studies. Now he is born to a father who thinks that his son should make it great and then serve his country. So at the age of 22, he is sent to America to study. And for 8 years, he specializes in medicine and surgery, and he comes back as a very successful doctor and scientist. And his research circles around keeping wounds clean and uninfected. Okay, so the story in short. For you to just make it, comprehend easily, because the story runs up to several pages. But what are the important points you have to remember for the exam is highlighted here. So the story in short, Dr. Sadao, Hockey and Hannah, they both are very loving couple. And their house is situated just on the seashore. From their porch, they can just, if they come out on the balcony, they can easily see the sea. So in the evening, after the day is done, the work is done, the couple just come out and stand there. There's a cold breeze blowing. It's seashore. Night is just going to fall. And they're just standing there and looking out. At the time, they see an injured man being flung out of the ocean. Now they don't know who it is. In the dark, they could just see some figure. So they go closer to see what's happening. When they get close, they find out that it's a young American prisoner of war, very badly injured, bleeding. Now, Dr. Sadao, being a doctor and one excellent one, he quickly tries to stop the bleeding without seeing who the person is. There's a battered cap that lies there which says US Navy, which means the young boy is part of the American US Navy. So they have a little bit of a tussle there. What should we do? We are Japanese. As patriots, as good citizens, it's the war going on between America and Japan. Should we really take this boy inside or throw him back into the sea or leave him there to die? So they do have a long discussion on this. Who will do it? Both of them discuss, should we throw him? They don't have a heart to do it. Should we just hand him over to the police? No. Again, he's a doctor. So his heart goes first out to the person who is half dying there, bleeding so badly that he just wants to put him right. So they carry him into the house. Now this is being a good human being, looking at beyond all, no race, no discrimination of any kind, no differences of any kind, just looking at him as another human being who is in great trouble. So they bring him home. Now when they bring him home and keep him there, Dr. Sadao finds out that there is a bullet injury and he has to immediately operate and remove it and save this human being here. But how do the servants react? The servants are also very much Japanese citizens and they have been in this household from Dr. Sadao Hoki's father's time. Very many years they've been working there. Very sincere and loyal to the family. But when Hana asks Yumi to clean the injured person, she simply refuses and says, I have never done this for a white man and I will never do this now. And then Dr. Sadao, with no choice, has to do things himself along with his wife. Now you'll see the kind of person Hannah is. Hannah is such a sweet person. She simply is so obliging. She cooperates with her husband. She knows with what passion he works as a doctor. She just goes out there doing what she has never done in her life. She could never stand to watch bleeding or a surgery or anything. But then she even feels like vomiting when she sees. But because nobody else is there right at that time and they cannot call on anyone, and somewhere within where they felt they're doing something wrong, because then the Japanese government may take action on them or arrest them. So they just quietly, she helps her husband. She sits there watching, cleans the man, prepares for the surgery along with her husband, does whatever he wants her to do. Like, for example, here, giving the anesthetic at the right time. Okay. And standing there giving the towels, the tissues or whatever required, and Dr. Sadao is there doing the surgery. Once the surgery is done, then the servants start reacting very differently. The man, the American prisoner of war, whose name is Tom, is being taken care of by Hannah and Dr. Sadao for his medical treatment, and he is unable to move. He's unconscious at the beginning. From there, with his treatment, he's of course an expert doctor and scientist, so he is able to do the best, and slowly Tom recovers. He's able to sit up, he's able to see, but the servants think that their master, Dr. Sadao, is doing something very wrong. He is keeping inside his house a person who is their enemy. Okay, that's an American. So they all leave the house on the seventh day. Now Hannah holds on to this situation very beautifully as a dutiful wife, as a great mistress of the house. She very nicely thanks all the servants, pays them for their work, sends them very nicely, in spite of she knowing that she is going to face a lot of difficulty. She has to do all the household work, take care of the children, assist Dr. Sadao when he needs, and take care of this Tom who is there. But she handles the situation with a lot of patience and dignity. And then starts her fears. What's going to happen next? Will her husband be arrested? What will happen to her and the children? What will happen to their future? What kind of a life are they going to have? All these fears adds on, and along with the servants leaving, whether they will go out and tell others, and so on. So even the least sound in the house or anyone coming at the door, and she's really scared. And you will see how she reacts when the General Takima, sends a person to call Dr. Sadao for his own treatment. She's so scared. What's going to happen? And because of all these fears, Dr. Sadao wants to find an end to this, how to get rid of the American prisoner who is in their house now. They care for Tom, provide for all the medical treatment. He's completely healed. And now, when General Takema sends a person for his own treatment, Sadao goes there to treat him. At that time, he reveals the story of Tom and how he's in their house. And General Takema, instead of, he being an army general, instead of really being wild at it, he knows that Dr. Sadao is very important to him. Only then his health will be okay. So he simply says that this only proves what an excellent doctor you are, and I have more faith in you now, that with you around I will be fine. So don't worry, and he offers a solution. He says he will send some private assassins whom he has, who are very good at killing people quietly without any noise and disposing of the body. So he will send these people at night, and so they will quietly come and take the Tom away, and he won't come to know. Sadao won't come to know anything about it. He says you just leave his door open. So in the night they'll come and remove him away from there, kill him and remove. But when Sadao waits and nothing happens. That night, nothing happens. He's not able to sleep. There is no peace. Next night, again the same thing. There is rain, there is storm, there's a little bit of unrest, and the same that goes on in his mind. He's not able to tell his wife this, because if he tells Hannah, then Hannah already is afraid of everything. She'll be even more afraid with every minute what's going to happen next. So he just doesn't say anything. But when nothing happens, he has a small boat in which he packs food and clothes and everything, puts a little torch there which he usually uses, everything, and he hands over to Tom, and he gives Tom instructions. The nearest island, which is almost like very close to his house, he can even see from there. A very small island is there. It is a deserted island. No one lives there. And so there is, no kind of security done for that. And no one lives there. So he says, go to that island by this boat quietly in the night without knowing to anyone. And from there, you can get a Korean fishing boat, which will save you. So you can go to your escape wherever. But not here. Now, Tom, he has great faith in Dr. Sadao because he's the one who has saved his life. Dr. Sadao has no answer as to why he saved his life. Within, he's a doctor who has to save lives and a good human being. Beyond that, he sees nothing why he should save Tom, because Tom is otherwise from an enemy country. Okay? When he is called again by the general to check on his health, he simply says that Tom has escaped. Okay? Because General Takema confesses that he has forgotten about this and he did not give the instruction to the assassins to come and kill Tom. So they did not turn up. How many nights can Dr. Sadao actually wait? So this is the best decision that he has taken given the circumstances. And that's what all of us should give priority to be a good human being, regardless of all other differences and everything. We should be able to look at another human being as just another human being who has to be shown compassion. So here we are with the textbook. A little more of the details that we can cover, we'll just look at the textbook once. So far, we have been seeing the complete story. What are the little things which might come for the 1 mark or 2 mark question, which you should know? For that, let's take a quick glance at the textbook. Keep your textbook also open so that you can mark out whatever important things which you have to know in this lesson, especially in this one. Why? Because the story otherwise runs into so many pages. So if you have marked and highlighted whatever little things which are important, then the next time you have to prepare for an exam, you can just glance at those. So here you can see the textbook page open, The Enemy by Perlus Buck. Right at the beginning, the question, should he save him as a doctor or hand him over to the army as a patriot? This is what is the important question asked. Somewhere indirectly, are you going to be a human being, okay, or just a citizen who is going to show my patriotism, so I'd rather kill my enemy? The whole thing is about rising above all these differences. So let's see what Dr. Sadao does and how he goes about. So here in the very first paragraph, you can see the description of Dr. Sadao Hockey's house and a little bit about his childhood, his father, who is a great patriot, and how he wants him to be a great doctor and sends him to America to study and things like that. And his father was so particular about everything in the house being so Japanese. They're so very, traditional. And that is also mentioned in the lesson over here. So you will see how at the age of 22 he went to America to learn and returned at the age of 30, not only as a famous surgeon but also as a scientist, and how he has been perfecting a discovery which would render wounds entirely clean. He had not been sent abroad with the troops in spite of it being the World War going on. All other men in the country when the World War was on, if you read your history well, you'll know all the men were sent to fight in the war. He was kept at home only because of this, that he is a great scientist who's working on something for the good of his country. Okay. All right, so you can see the word meaning of wreathing given there on top, covering, surrounding, or encircling with something. Here, wreathing around the pines. This is a little bit of a description. They have a beach in a house, okay, and how the pines, and they have a lovely garden also. They have an old gardener also who takes care of everything. There are flowers blooming, and there's a lot of hints on how things are mentioned in the lesson about a beautiful garden maintained by the gardener. And then Hannah is wife, and their two little children. I've already highlighted it here, you can see. Okay. Now she had a dark blue woolen haori over her kimono. Kimono is, they will see a lot of the things which are explained here about the little details about the Japanese way of life. So here the kimono is the clothes that she wears. Again, woolen haori is a loose outer garment worn over the kimono that she is wearing. So again, a very traditional Japanese family. And he had met Hannah, but in America, not in Japan. They are a very traditionally Japanese family living in a traditional Japanese built house, but still they met in America. Why 8 years he had spent over there. He used to go to a professor, uh, Professor Harley, okay, whose house they used to go. All these students, and they were a very good couple, he and his wife, and professor's wife so voluble. You can see the meanings here. I have just put it. Able to talk quickly and easily. The professor's wife used to talk. So the students used to meet there, and it is there that he meets Hannah also. Okay, but in spite of having met her here, there the tradition goes. So he being a very good son to his father, who is a great patriot, he makes sure that the girl he's marrying is Japanese and that they marry properly in the old traditional way in Japan after coming back from America. So there is a mention of that also now. Here you can see how heedlessly they did not marry, not with carelessly, marrying in America, but they finished all their work of studies and everything, came back to Japan, approved by their parents, and then married in the traditional Japanese way. That is mentioned over here in this paragraph, you can see. Okay. At this time when he is recalling all this, you can see here the boy, you can see here in the picture, the figure that's shown, how this boy is coming out of the ocean. He staggered. Okay, the word staggered also, I put the meaning here on top. You can see to move very unsteadily here, because he is almost becoming unconscious in the next few minutes. That's what will happen. He will become unconscious. Okay, so you'll see here, okay, he comes towards them, and a white man, and cries out. All right, and then they have to stanch. Stanch means stop the flow of the bleeding that he sees. He's got a very major wound which needs immediate surgery. All right, and here the word stupor again is mentioned, almost unconscious condition caused by shock or drugs. Now here this boy has been hit badly by the rocks. Already he has been beaten enough and was in very bad shape. He's a prisoner. He has escaped from there, but at the time he has been shot also, and plus beaten by the waves here and there, hit on the rocks. So he's in really bad shape when he reached there. So the question comes now, if we sheltered a white man, you can see it highlighted here in yellow, in our house, we should be arrested, and if we turned him over as a prisoner, he would certainly die. So this is the question that arises. What is going to happen between these two? The kindest thing would be to put him back into the sea, Hannah says. But who would do it? No, neither can do, not nor Sadao nor Hannah. Okay. Now here you can see the word repulsion, which means a feeling of dislike upon the inert figure. A figure in a sense here lacking ability or strength to even move. That is the condition the injured person is in. And they see a battered cap. What is a battered cap? It's having suffered repeated violence. And no, it's worn out completely. All right. And there a sailor and US Navy is written. You can see here an American warship. From an American warship he is. All right. So already I've told you the story. So quickly we'll go through the words and phrases which are important over here. Okay. So here again, see Sadao hesitates again. That if he were, the strange thing is that if a man were whole, I could turn him over to the police without difficulty. I care nothing for him. He's an enemy. All Americans are my enemy. Why? War brings hatred. And we are told that the other country is our enemy. And this idea is being fed into all human beings. Why so? Aren't we all human beings and all of us living on this one world, one earth that we have? And he is only a common fellow. You see how foolish his face is? No? But since he is wounded and he hesitates, why? Because he is a doctor. Okay? And he is not able to just simply kill. His job is to save lives. Okay? So we must carry him to the house, and finally they carry him into the house. We must think of the children and your position. It would endanger all of us if we did not give this man over as prisoner of war. So finally they agree that after he becomes all right, then they will hand him over. And he does it. If you remember that Sadao does inform the general about this whole thing. Then you will see here utter pallor means a very pale face, unconscious, he is lying. And okay, here he was, an enemy, a menace, living or dead. Whether this is a menace, okay, a real problem over there for them. Now you can see the mention of the children, the baby boy now 3 months old, and then they have this old gardener which I have mentioned over here. It's highlighted, okay. And now Yumi refuses to wash and clean the man, all right. And blonde, the boy is blonde, having fair skin. You can see here that's mentioned, okay. All right. Now here and there you'll see Japanese terms being used like the kimono and the haori and now tokonoma. Tokonoma means what? That is also mentioned over here down there. Niche or an alcove or in a Japanese home for displaying a flower arrangement. Okay, kakimono or other piece of art. So that is the meaning of the word which you can see here, tokonoma. All right. And now she obediently, you can see over here, she went obediently. Why? Because now see, she sees this is my work. As a good wife, you'll see Anna helping her husband. See here in this picture also, you can see the man is bleeding, lying there unconscious. Dr. Sadao is there with a syringe in his hand. He is working. Uh, he's operating the person, and Hannah there is feeling like vomiting. But still she controls it. She goes out, she even vomits. See here, retching means make the sound and movement of vomiting which he hears. But still after that she returns to help her husband at his work. All right. And how General Takima, a little note on how he beat his wife up, and he is otherwise known as a good general because he's been fighting successful battles. She only hoped anxiously that this young man had not been tortured at all. Looking at his condition, she's feeling very bad and sad about it. A young boy he is, maybe just 20, and then why is this condition here? So she's feeling bad. So she's also being a very good human being, kind at heart. Okay. And now you will see the work of Dr. Sadao here highlighted right first three lines on what a good surgeon he was. The pure pleasure of being a doctor, working on, excellently on the human body. He knew all the details about it. He even recalls how he has learnt that one should know the human body very well as a doctor, and he is that. And he even talks to his patients as he's conducting the surgery. And he makes incisions. A surgical cut made in the skin or flesh is an incision. You can see it highlighted here. Quivered, trembled, and he even muttered. Say something in a lower, barely audible voice, especially in dissatisfaction or irritation. This, in an unconscious state, Tom is really muttering because he is in suffering and pain. He is in pain also. And then he takes out a small vial. What is a small vial? It's you can see the small kind of tube from which the doctor pulls out the liquid medicine to be injected. So that is a small vial. And what is a hypodermic? Relating to the region immediately beneath the skin where this injection is going to be applied, to be injected over there. Okay, so the surgery is successfully conducted, and then you see here the reflections of Sadao said actually Americans are our enemies. But I have been trained not to let a man die if I can help it. So this is where the conflict comes in his ideas, that he is a doctor and he has to save a life. Okay. The servants grow more watchful. Now the whole story about the servants unravels, and now the old gardener is very unhappy about the whole thing. Okay, here you will see how he's been taking care of the plants. Mud is impaired the quality of or the appearance of the velvet, the flowers. He's taking care of the garden so well. Contemptuously means feeling or express deep hatred or disapproval, feeling or showing contempt. Okay, finally the boy reveals his name is Tom. They try to assuage, means what? Make less intense. Okay, she didn't want to keep him much in touch with the boy, and so is it with Sadao, who doesn't want to really talk much to this person. On the seventh day, two things happen. One is the servants leave together and how they handle the situation, and they question themselves, why are we different from other Japanese and not able to see that we should not keep an American in the house? Okay, brusquely here means abruptly. You can see how things happen. And in the afternoon, the second thing happens, that is the general sends a person calling Sadao to look after him because he has had an attack, a severe attack. And okay, and how Hannah is all tired and exhausted more because of the fear that she is living in now as to what will happen to her husband and her children as they're doing something wrong. She feels and then how General Takima approves of him being an excellent surgeon, and that it's really good for him. He mentions here about ruthlessness and American sentimentality, and he even jokes saying that these two foreign elements are good enough. We should keep somewhere, applying in our lives. And then he sends how he promises to send the private assassins, which he later forgets and he doesn't. Here you can see the word timid, which is easily frightened. Okay, and here you can see gaily in a cheerful or in a light-hearted way. All right. Gaunt, which means haggard, lean from hunger or ill health. Stubbly blonde beard, short fair beard. All right. This is all description of Tom over here. If I hadn't met a Jap like you, well, I wouldn't be alive today. So he thanks them for saving his life. If all Japs were like you, there wouldn't have been a war. See, so sad. The poor boy is just saying that he's being a young boy, a little foolish, as Dr. Sadao comments. And so now the next question, what shall we do with him? So finally, um, this whole conflict of ideas is still going on. Eaves means overhanging edge of a roof. You can see that over there. No, it's not fortifying in a sense, where fort, how protection against attack or something that should be done, but it was too small an island, nothing is going to be done. Fathoms is 6 feet deep of depth of water that will be there. So it's very nearby island that is and doesn't have much deep water around also. So finally, he gives instructions to Tom to leave the place. I realize you're saving my life again, he says. Not at all. It is only inconvenient to have you here any longer. That's what Dr. Sadao says. He doesn't want to say that he is saving an American who is an enemy. So he instead just says it's inconvenient to have you here. He even gives him a small flashlight, gives him all the instruction, gives him the boat and clothes. And he shook hands with him also very warmly. See here. Okay, this which is highlighted, very important. And then he makes sure that he goes to safety. All right, now uh, somewhere here the general confesses, the truth is I thought of nothing but myself. In short, I forgot my promise to you, he says. It was certainly very careless of me that I did not send the assassins also to you. It's kind of, I don't know, but you understand, it was not lack of patriotism or dereliction of duty. Okay, it is that I just forgot, he says, because of my own work and my own health issues. So he finally, in spite of all this, he says, you're a good man. The general calls Dr. Sadao a good man. You will be rewarded instead of being punished for what he has done as a Japanese. But Sadao, searching the spot of black in the twilight sea that night, had his reward. He is feeling rewarded. He has done his work as a doctor, as a good human being. And the man has escaped. The prisoner of war has gone. Okay, now here you can see the word slatternly, dirty and untidy. He recalls his landlady in America when he was staying there, and how he was not very happy. Here he talks about the prejudice, he talks about the bitter feeling he has to live with. He thinks of how, although being superior, he is treated badly on the other side. So with these mixed feelings, okay, causing a feeling of disgust here again. Okay, I wonder why I could not kill him. So he still ends it with a question, but the decision that he had made, that is the most important part, where he rises above all differences. There are beautiful questions here which we'll quickly go through. There are moments in life when we have to make hard choices between our roles as private individuals and as citizens with a sense of national loyalty. Discuss with reference to the story you have just read. The story in short, you have to write, highlighting all the points which I have highlighted. Dr. Sada was compelled by his duty as a doctor to help the enemy soldier. What made Hannah, his wife, sympathetic? She's kind-hearted, she's sympathetic, she's a dutiful and obedient wife, and also maintains her dignity, even in front of the servants. How would you explain the reluctance of the soldier to leave the shelter of the doctor's home, even when he knew he couldn't stay there without risk to the doctor and himself? He felt he was in safe hands, had confidence. Okay, that is the best part. All right. And he also was healed. What explains the attitude of the general in the matter of the enemy soldier? It was simply self-absorption, because he himself says it's not dereliction of duty. I am a dutiful general. I work for my country. I have won battles. But then here it was simply self-absorption, because he's ill and he is bothered about his own health. While hatred against a member of the enemy race is justifiable, especially during wartime, what makes a human being rise above now narrow prejudices? It's war brings hatred. His passion for work is one. He, recalling America with bitterness on the one side, is still able to rise above the differences and be a good human being. Okay. Do you think the doctor's final solution to the problem was the best possible one in the circumstances? Yes. Because his work is to save lives and he doesn't want to kill. So he has saved a life and he has let go. Right? So this is the best decision he could make. Now, does the story remind you of birth in last year's chapter in class 11 book? Yes, both are doctors, both save lives, both had to make a decision, a difficult one, and they make a good one. So these are the similarities that you will see, except that Dr. Sadao is an acclaimed, experienced surgeon, whereas there in birth, he is a young doctor who has stepped on just out of his medical college. Okay, so these are the questions. I hope you have enjoyed the lesson. Hope you enjoyed doing this lesson with me. Keep watching Sessions with Judith John for more tips and inputs to excel and stand out. Text your doubts and queries in the comment box or mail me at sessionswithjudithjohn@gmail.com for any kind of assistance that you need or related discussion. You can also contact me at this number 82979 70282 for doubt clearing or any other requirement where English learning is concerned. God bless you. Bye.